Breaking news. This is the Shade Report. Hello, and welcome to Shaded Reality. Hello, Anne. How's it going?
Good. How are you? Crazy busy, but I'm good.
Oh, not...
Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's prom week, so for hairstylists, it's not an easy time. It's a busy time. So Anne has been straight out all week. We're lagging really, really bad. So we'll try to just get through until we kind of catch up. Hopefully we'll get better as it goes on.
Yeah, I put my thing on.
Oh, I didn't turn off my Wi-Fi on my phone, actually. I should do that really quick. But anyway, we have so much reality news. This week has been crazy. I have stuff from The Valley, Summer House, and Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And, today, it just kept dropping. More stuff just kept coming out. It's been insane. So I'm going to pull up my notes here, and we'll kind of just go through by, each show. And then you can, chime in with what you have and stuff. So at the top of my list, I have Summer House stuff. So there's been, I posted this on my TikTok and on Instagram. There's been a little bit more timeline info. So I listened to another podcast called Reality Court, and Jen Fessler, I don't know if you remember her. She was on Real Housewives of New Jersey as a friend of. She's really friendly with West. She thinks he's the greatest kid in the world, and she thinks he's so great. And she was saying at BravoCon, which happened in November, that every picture she has with West, or every time she ran into West at BravoCon, he was with Amanda. They were together the entire time there. So that kind of pulls back that, there was definitely something, even if it was just emotional and hadn't yet been physical, in November at BravoCon.
Yeah.
And so... yeah, and then with the episode that I just watched of Summer House, which was in August, they were 100% around August, September, October, all of that, fall kind of time frame. There was something brewing. After the reunion, there ended up being 3 separate audio leaks. All of them were essentially Amanda saying, I didn't do anything wrong. We didn't hear a lot from West in the audio at all, but the audio clips were literally seconds long, and they recorded for 12 hours. So who knows? You can't really judge from that whether he, talked a lot. But another podcast had posted a comment saying, I think this was in regards to those audio leaks, West explicitly asked that any criticism or heat be directed at him rather than Amanda on his podcast. Then West proceeded to sit silent in all 3 audio clips leaked. And then it's a clown emoji. Well, no one would have thought anything of it, whatever. But then Kyle responded to it and said, he's all PR, zero intention or integrity. The reunion was a brutal beatdown, and I can't recall a moment when he had Amanda's back. So I cannot wait for that reunion.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, and this was all from the leak.
Just the leaks. Yeah, that's all. We've just heard. Lindsay Hubbard was on Watch What Happens Live. So it was just supposed to be Bailey, who is one of the newest cast members, and then another random person. And somehow that other person either got kicked off or rescheduled, and Lindsay Hubbard got asked to come on. So I watched it, and do you watch the new version of the Real Housewives of New York with all the younger girls? Did you watch it at all?
No.
It sucked. It's horrible. I don't recommend it. But anyway, one of the characters is Erin Leachy. I hate her. I don't really most people don't bother me. I don't know what it is about this woman. She's younger. I think she might be like 32, 33, but like she puts off a vibe that she's like 45. Like she doesn't play young. Like she doesn't seem like she's that young. But she's very annoying. Anyway, she was in the front row on the Watch What Happens Live, and Andy was like, oh my God, Erin has been going through it with the taping that's going on currently with Real Housewives of New York. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm not going to watch it. No one's going to watch it. Everyone's pissed that you guys are even bringing it back. And nobody likes her. Like, nobody can stand this person, but apparently Andy likes her. So they keep bringing her back. She doesn't bring anything. She's whiny and like she cannot take a joke, but she thinks she's funny. And she does stuff that is very unhinged and not funny. I don't know. She's a very annoying person. So according to Lindsay, they learned a lot at the reunion about when things started. And she said the boat phone call was very suspicious. So I don't know if you had time to watch the latest episode of episode 13 yet of Summer House. Did you?
I didn't, no.
Okay. So anyway, while they were on the boat, they go out on a boat, Amanda calls, and we'll talk about that during the actual episode. But Lindsay said that was actually super suspicious. Bailey has text and voice memos with Amanda since all this happened and after the reunion, and she just said she doesn't know what to believe from her. Lindsay thinks they definitely didn't start in February, that it started well before then. Nobody thinks it'll last. Like, everyone is like, no, of course not. Like, West is over it already, but he just has to keep playing it out for the cameras kind of thing. So they bring up this comment. Seasons ago, there was this woman named Danielle, and she was like best friends with Lindsay, and they were playing Truth or Dare one night, and they asked, who do you trust the least? And out of nowhere, like at this point, Amanda was barely a character. She was literally Kyle's girlfriend or Kyle's wife. I don't remember exactly the timeline, but like, she was always just like, she was Paige's friend. She was Kyle's wife. She was just this person that had never had a storyline. She didn't seem fun. She was there. So it was really weird because Danielle said, Amanda. And everyone's like, what? Amanda? Like, that's the person you trust the least? And she's like, yeah. It's like she has this crazy, she brings curveballs or something. Like, you never know. Like, she's just silent, and then all of a sudden something crazy, she comes out with. So that was like a really weird thing that happened seasons, like years ago. And so they brought that back up. And Lindsay said in 10 years, she's been on 9 reunions, and this is the most intense and dramatic one. I forgot this. West actually came on the show as one of Lindsay's friends. You know how like when new characters come on, they always like attach him to somebody? Apparently like Lindsay knew him. So then we hear about a brunch that Bailey had been at, Jessi and a bunch of the cast, which was on February 28th. And Amanda and Kyle kissed, and Amanda was like, had grabbed Kyle's face, and like it made it look like super like intense, and everyone was just like, what are they doing? Like this, they don't act like this. 2, like they've been fighting, like they're just not like public displays of affection people, and like they never like act like that like in front of people, and it was just very weird. And Wes said, oh, just let them do their thing. So it was like almost like a PR thing, like, oh, let everybody see that I'm making out with my husband. Like, let maybe someone take a picture of this kind of thing. And Lindsay's comment was, imagine using your husband as a decoy to cover up your boyfriend. So her and Wes probably were like, do something like that to like get people off of our track. How crazy. Crazy. Like, the premeditation there is insane.
Yeah.
And then, so, I don't know if you've seen any pictures, but Lindsay has on this, like, weird horsehair tie. So, it's like made out of horsehair, kind of like a necklace, and it's like in a braid around her neck, okay? And it's like a bolo tie. So she wore that on purpose because the designer of it is West's ex. It's the other girl that he was apparently seeing at the same time. And Andy asked her about it, and she's like, yeah, it's her. Her name is Maja Marino, and she said, some would call it I'm being a girl's girl. So she's essentially saying, I support her, not West. You know, like I'm going to wear her design or whatever. Yeah. Oh, West. Oh, and then the night, apparently, like this just came out, but the night before the reunion shot, West Wilson's cousin was arrested and charged with allegedly murdering their step-grandmother.
What?
So, yeah, he lived with her or something. They got into a fight over chores, and he shot her.
Early birds always rise to the occasion for summer vacation planning because early gets you closer to the action. So don't be late. Book your next vacation early on Vrbo and save over $120. Rise and shine. Average savings $141. Select homes only.
So
that's insane.
Insane. Yeah. It says her name was Dakota Sweeney of Carlton, Missouri. Oh, this was the man. He was arrested April 22nd, the night before West filmed the Summer House reunion. Carroll County law enforcement officials responded to reports of a shooting at a residence and found a 75-year-old Gail Wilson dead. Yeah, so, I mean, she has the same last name as West, so yeah, that's my Summer House stuff. It's just one thing after another. Like, it never ends, I swear. The Valley. So, I don't know if you saw on our Instagram, because I know you've been busy, but Michelle Lally is apparently dating Dr. Dre.
I did see that. So crazy.
So crazy.
I would never put her. I mean, going from Jessi to Dr. Dre, she is changing it up.
Yeah. So apparently, you know how Teddy Mellencamp and Tamra Judge have their podcast or whatever? What is it called? Two peas in potting, 2 peas in a pot, or 2 teas potting or whatever. Anyway, they have a podcast. Okay. And so Teddy Mellencamp sent Jessi Lally a text and was like, do you know that Michelle is dating Dr. Dre? And he responded, I was wondering why Isabella had new pair of Beats. So, I don't know.
Oh my God.
If he was being sarcastic or if he legitimately was like, oh, that makes sense.
That's good,
now.
though. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay, so another really good one from the Valley that I just saw today. Lacey, I just started following her on Instagram, and she had a story up. So I just happened to catch it. She's in her car, I think, and she's explaining the cease and desist stuff. So she said she had only been dating Jessi for 6 weeks when season 2 was set to start filming. Mm-hmm. And she was asked to be on the show, and so that was last season. And she said no, she wasn't in a good space with her mental health, one, and being on a reality show would not be good for that. Yeah. Apparently she had some deaths in her family. Her grandmother, I think, had just passed away, and she said 3 friends. She didn't go into any details, but that's a crazy thing. Yeah. And she also thought it was way too soon to do something like that when they both had such young kids. She's like, there was a ton of reasons. I didn't want anything to do with it at that point. So she said, then one of the cast members sent her a text or reached out to her and accused her of driving drunk from a party one night with both her kid and Jessi's daughter. And she just said, that's crazy. This person is a mom. That's the only identifying information she gave. So we just know it's one of the moms you know, on the show. So it was either Michelle
Janet.
or Brittany or Janet.
Janet.
I
guarantee it's Janet.
Yeah, because she was the one who brought up the cease and desist first.
Yep.
Yeah. So she was like, you cannot say that on TV. Like, I'm not even on the show. And Janet said, this is... Not Janet. I don't know who it is. I don't know why I just said that. This person said, this is what you signed up for. We can talk about whatever we want. So she's like, I'm not even on the show. People don't know me. And if you say things enough times or you say it on TV, people are just going to automatically think it's true. You know, they're not going to look into it all. So she's like, the only thing I could think to do was to have these letters sent. Was like, no, you can't talk about me. I'm not on the show. I'm not a public figure. And so she said, I have never sued anybody before. That shit is all public record. Look it up. I've never sued anybody. I've never even sent these type of letters out before, but I was not going to have my name put out there like that.
Yeah. And
have that as my narrative. And, but yeah, she's like, it's just one of those things that people believe, you know? So that is why the cease and desist went out. I think she's smart. I still like her. And everything she says seems to, like, make sense.
There's always two sides to a story, you know? And we should have known that when we were watching. I mean, clearly we were on Michelle's side at the time. Like, who is this bitch sending cease and desist?
Yeah.
But there is. There's always a you know, two sides. But
yeah,
that makes
sense. Yeah. So I was happy to hear that. And yeah, if it was freaking Janet, oh my God. I haven't watched episode 5 yet. I saw it's out, but I've heard a lot of people saying Janet's on an apology tour. So I will probably hate that episode.
Yeah. Well, she wasn't even in
episode
4.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Which is fine with me. I don't miss her when she's not there.
At all. Yeah.
Okay, so then on to... Did you have anything from the Valley? I feel like you had something.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know.
Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Mikayla moved to Hawaii, so she had like a little TikTok vlog up of her travel day moving. But, so we didn't see Jace in the vlog. But we also only saw her youngest 2 daughters. So I'm assuming Jace will be
3. There was like their tickets were for 3 people.
Yeah. So, and she only went to a hotel, not an Airbnb. So I assume but she said her moving. So I'm assuming like maybe Jace is like waiting till school wraps up or like something because it is already May. So maybe her older kids are in school and like she's getting set up or established.
So sneaky. Like, they're doing
she
it on
always
purpose.
Does that.
She's doing it 100% on purpose to make everyone think, like, what is happening in their life. It's all...
It'll like create engagement, because everyone's going to say, where's Jace? Where's Jace?
Yep.
And no one will even think, all of her kids aren't even there. Let alone Jace. Like, but yeah, so I saw that. Let's see. Do I want to go to that first? Let's talk about the trial. So they had Taylor and Dakota had their trial just yesterday, I think. It was on the 30th. The hearing was live streamed. So they essentially the judge was like decided both of them had a part to play. Like, both of them are a disaster, essentially. Yeah. And they are not allowed to text message, see each other, be within 100 feet of each other for 3 years. They have they are just supposed to focus on their kids, and they cannot have any contact for the next 3 years. He said the judge remarked on the co-parent's impact on the child, saying, you're modeling right now how you deal with conflict to a 2-year-old, and added that this could affect Ever when he grows up and becomes an adult. And he says, beyond the toxicity here, I'm really intent on trying to keep the two of you away from each other for now. All of the evidence seems to show that this is a bad idea. and the pair will receive a recommendation about parenting time before their next upcoming hearing, June 1st. So he did not make any final decisions on Evers, where he goes or stays yet. He just made the decision on them keeping their, what do they call it? Their mutual protective orders against each other. So that's good. I think that's an amazing plan.
Oh,
3 years is a long time to not be able, like, I think that's huge for Dick Taylor. Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
So I'm happy about that for her. Jessi. Messy Jessi. So I'm getting so annoyed with her, honestly. Dakota, too, Crew, his roommate, had put out a message that, because Jessi is now fully supportive of Taylor. Like, now that it feels okay to be supportive because everybody else is back on Taylor's side, Jessi's now back on Taylor's side. And so Crew, this is Dakota's roommate, said, interesting. Time for some voice notes. If she's so real, let y'all decide. And someone else said, do you have voice notes with Jessi speaking? And he said, yeah. So then Jessi said, you want to play dirty? Let's fucking go. Have never sent Dakota or Crew a voice memo about this situation, so if they have anything, it's them recording me without knowing, which seems to be the go-to move. These men will do anything to take women down. Taylor knows full well I was under Dakota and Jordan's spell for a while. Finally broke free and saw the truth. What matters now is I'm defending my friend after seeing both sides.
Wait,
then
what?
Yeah.
So she was like with Dakota and
she was talking shit while she was still kind of with Jordan. So the voice memo got released, but I've been busy with kids and everything, so I didn't get to like take notes on it. But I did listen to the very beginning for a second, and it's essentially her being like, you need to show me those because I need to know what's real or not. And she was playing both sides. Like, essentially, she just wants all the information. You know what I mean? Yeah. So she was like, to Dakota, it's like, well, I need to know how terrible it really is. So I know if we should film with her or not. And is she really about, like, it wasn't nice. Like, I wouldn't want to hear my friend having that conversation behind my back. And then, so Dakota chimes in and says, what? She literally was begging me to show her and the girls the videos. That blatant liar, Jessi. You straight up cried when you watched the videos and saw like 2. I never even felt comfortable showing you guys. So it sounds like all the women asked Dakota to see the videos that he had. But you insisted so you could make a decision. All I did was told you what happened. LOL, you act like I had this all planned. Yeah, I planned being attacked 2 nights in a row and the cops being called. Sorry you can support Taylor, but quit acting like you're this loyal-ass friend when you've watched exactly our dynamic and you know how that looks. You're an opportunist and you do what's best for you, as you should. Crew does what he wants. I don't control him, just like you don't control Taylor. Just find it funny, the crazy switch-up ever. So, the craziest switch-up ever, I think is what he meant to say. So I obviously, you know, like, Dakota's an asshole and says all kinds of shit all the time, but I don't think in some of what he said there is wrong. Like, I can see them, like, being like, which I get it too, you don't know, but didn't we all know that she threw fucking chairs? Like, that wasn't new news.
No.
We just hadn't seen it.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, I just feel like
anyone knew that her kid was involved with it.
No, but we all have to remember too, it appeared in the video that the child was hit, which was one of the big reasons I think she got arrested to begin with that night. Mm-hmm. But then when the paramedics and everything checked out, the kid didn't have a bump on her. She was just crying and terrified from everything that was happening, and a chair came close to her. Yeah. I don't believe, and Taylor's mom said, the kid never got hit with the chair. So, like... Right. I don't know. I'm not going to argue that point again.
Right.
That's
it's
like so.
Yeah,
it's all over.
I mean,
a kid was involved in abuse. Yeah, I'm not.
Right.
I don't. The mental abuse is there. I mean, the kid is, I'm sure, mentally fucked up from having to see these things. Like, I am not in any way, shape, or form like standing behind what happened. But I also don't like Jessi standing up and not standing up and getting info behind the scenes. And I don't know. I have never been the biggest fan of hers, and that kind of, I don't know. So yeah, that is all the news I have. We need to end this because we're at 25 minutes. But thanks for listening. We are going to, we'll be back in just a few. It'll be another day or two for you guys, but we'll be doing The Valley. And then later this week, we will be doing Summer House episode 13. Thanks for listening. We're at Shaded Reality Pod on all the social media. And we are at Shaded Reality on all the podcast apps. Have an amazing day, whatever day this comes out. And thanks for listening to the Shade Report. Bye.
bye.